Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Cheeseboy628 here today giving you an RU tier Pokemon Showdown battle. And before I get into the preview, I'd like to say thank you all for the positive feedback that you gave me about my tier guide. I was definitely not expecting it, so thank you a ton. I'm definitely going to upload more of those. I'm thinking once a week is probably a good schedule for that. And also for the music, in case you didn't know. This is my own music in the background, and I definitely have plenty more that I just need to finish up so I can use in the background for future videos. It's just to avoid any copyright claims with YouTube. So yeah, that's all for that. Now going into the team preview, basically I'm like, okay, picking all the threats. Galvantula, Feraligatr, and Gallade. Oh my gosh, so strong. And then basically the rest of my team is just picking stuff to kind of support it. Got my physical wall Kabutops because, let's face it, fire is huge in this tier. And I definitely need something to resist, and Kabutops is my favorite fire resistor. Then I've got Amoonguss as my special wall, and I don't show it in this game, but I do have foul play on it. And that's because there's things like Gallade that will bulk up like crazy, and I've just got to attack it with as much power as possible and using their own bulk ups against them. Although it might have a justified boost, eventually if I can get it out of there, just get Scarf Moltres in there, I'll be able to do some damage. But yeah, now looking at my opponent's team here, he's got some unique stuff. Like, I was not expecting Kangaskhan, but it does have that stab priority fake out. And then he has Lampent. And well, let's just say I definitely underestimated Lampent. So let's see how this battle goes. So I start out with Kabutops just to get my rocks up, and also knowing he's probably going to start out with Kangaskhan. I take the fake out like it's nothing, and basically leftovers heal up all that damage. Now this Drain Punch does a decent chunk, but not too much, but now I'm able to get up my rocks. Now I'm going to switch out into my Galvantula in order to resist the Drain Punch. He goes into his Ferroseed, and I am Specs. And that Bug Buzz just does not do enough. I don't have HP Fire because I have Volt Switch to get some momentum since I am Specs. But yeah, now he brings in Lampent, and that Bug Buzz did nothing. Like, I'm so surprised. Is that a Violite? Because I guess I totally underestimated that poke. And look how much damage it's dealing. Feraligatr is bulky, I'm max HP, but it still does a really nice chunk. And yeah, Lampent, I'm going to use that in the future probably. But anyway, he brings in Kangaskhan, goes for the fake out, does a decent chunk. But now he also goes for the Sucker Punch. Not expecting that, but yeah, now I go for the return. And then I'm going to go for the Aqua Jet because I am predicting him to go for another Sucker Punch. But he makes a great play and goes out into his Ferroseed. So now I have to sack my Gator here, and that way his Ferroseed goes down and can't set up any more hazards. Now he makes a really nice play here. I was thinking he was going to do this, but I wasn't sure. I was just going to take this opportunity to spin, but I was thinking he's going to go for Calm Mind. But he has HP Grass, I guess. I was not expecting that. But here I bring in Galvantula. I don't go for the Thunder or Volt Switch because that Manectric is still a threat. It definitely has Lightning Rod, and so I would not want to give it a special attack boost and then have to switch out. So now this Gallade comes in. I have amazing special defense, even though I'm just max HP, max attack, and I'm just going to go for one bulk up, and the Shadow Sneak kills him with a crit. That probably mattered since I was just at +1, but I don't know, Sigil's pretty frail anyway. So I stay with Gallade here, and I go for the Drain Punch, hoping that I'll live since I'm at +1, but no, that Cinccino does way too much, and this is before I really suspect, but now, after seeing all this damage, even though I'm specially defensive, Amoonguss takes way too much damage from this. He's gotta be banded. Thankfully, I do have Scarf Moltres in my back pocket, but unfortunately rocks are up, so I'm going to be at a low amount of health. But I go for the Spore and go for the Giga Drain, but unfortunately he wakes up the first turn possible. So I come in with Moltres, hope that he's banded, and yes. Thankfully he is. I go for the Flamethrower, easily take him out. Now this Manectric has to lock itself into one move, so it decides to go with the Stab Volts, which I guess it doesn't have T-Bolt since it is Scarf. And so the Galvantula just has to live the Volt Switch and then take him out with the Bug Buzz, and that was a pretty close 1-0 victory. So that was an awesome match, Kaouse. Yeah guys, thank you for watching as always. Very cool of him to bring some NU pokes because I have seen Kangaskhan, but Lampent is not exactly the most used in NU, and using an RU is awesome because I totally underestimated it. It did some work this game. Good job to him for using those pokes. So yeah guys, I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching as always. Like, comment, sub, and until later, peace.